Welcome, dear viewers, to a place where shadows whisper and fear takes hold. Tonight, we embark on a journey into the darkest corners of the human mind, where reality fractures and sanity wears thin. 3 tales await us, each a chilling exploration of the mind as a portal to another realm. So, dim the lights, lock your doors, and prepare yourself. For tonight, we venture into the abyss. And there's no telling what horrors we might find lurking within the shadows of the human mind. The flickering streetlights cast long, dancing shadows across Daniel's weary face as he made his way home, each step echoing in the stillness of the night. A chill wind cut through the city streets, carrying with it the unsettling silence of the late hour, a silence that seemed to whisper secrets of its own. It was then that he first heard it. A faint whisper, barely audible, like the rustling of leaves just beyond the realm of perception, a sound that sent shivers down his spine. At first he dismissed it as the wind playing tricks on his mind, a figment of his imagination born from exhaustion. But as the nights wore on, the whispers grew stronger, more insistent, seeping into his thoughts like a venomous fog, clouding his every moment. They snaked into his waking hours, slithering through conversations, worming their way into quiet moments, leaving him constantly on edge. Sleep offered no escape. The whispers followed him into his dreams, twisting them into terrifying visions that left him waking in a cold sweat. He tried everything to silence them, drowning them out with music, losing himself in books, seeking solace in the company of friends, but nothing worked. But the whispers persisted, growing louder, clearer, their icy tendrils tightening their grip on his sanity, making him feel more isolated than ever. Driven to the brink, Daniel confided in a friend, a historian with a penchant for the occult, hoping for some kind of explanation or solution. He spoke of ancient texts, of forgotten rituals, of a hidden realm existing just beyond the veil of our perception, a realm that few dared to acknowledge. The whispers, his friend explained, were the tendrils of these beings reaching out from the shadows, testing the boundaries of his mind. Daniel's blood ran cold at the revelation. He was living with his mind half open, a doorway for something monstrous to crawl through. Desperation clawed at him, making him feel more vulnerable than ever. He begged his friend for help, for anything that could banish the voices from his head, his plea filled with a mix of fear and hope. The historian agreed to help, leading Daniel to a secluded corner of the city library, a place filled with ancient knowledge and secrets. He handed Daniel a leather-bound journal, its pages filled with cryptic symbols and faded script promising it held the key to his salvation. These are the whispers' antithesis, he explained, a counter to the dark forces that plagued him. Night after night, Daniel immersed himself in the rituals, his voice a trembling echo in the stillness of his apartment, hoping for a reprieve. But the whispers only grew stronger, their tone shifting from a sibilant murmur to a guttural growl, filling him with dread. One night, as the whispers reached a fever pitch, a terrifying realization dawned upon him, a truth he had been too afraid to face. These whispers, these insidious voices, they weren't just trying to get in, they were already inside, a part of him. The shadows around him pulsed once, then settled, the only evidence of the struggle, a faint, chilling whisper that echoed through the empty apartment, a reminder of the darkness that lingered. Amelia, a woman of routine and logic, found herself plagued by a recurring dream that she couldn't shake off. It started simply enough, a single wooden door set against a backdrop of swirling grey mist, almost like a scene from an old forgotten tale. It beckoned her, its presence both alluring and unsettling, as if it held secrets waiting to be uncovered. Each night the dream would return, the door becoming increasingly vivid, the details sharper, almost as if it were calling out to her. She dismissed it as her subconscious trying to tell her something, perhaps a manifestation of her daily stresses. But the dreams persisted, growing more vivid, more insistent, until the line between dream and reality began to blur, leaving her questioning her own sanity. One night, Amelia found herself standing before the door in her waking hours, her heart pounding in her chest. It materialized before her in her living room, as real as the furniture around it. Fear warred with curiosity, creating a storm of emotions within her. This was madness, impossible, yet there it stood, defying all logic and reason. A strange compulsion drew her closer, an invisible force she couldn't resist. Hesitantly, Amelia reached out, her fingers brushing against the cool, smooth surface of the wood, feeling a shiver run down her spine. As soon as she made contact, the door creaked open, revealing a swirling vortex of colors and shapes, a portal to another world. A voice, soft and melodic, whispered from within, beckoning her closer, promising untold wonders. It spoke of wonders unseen, of knowledge beyond human comprehension, tempting her with the unknown. For a moment, Amelia hesitated, her rational mind screaming at her to turn back, to close the door and forget this ever happened. But the allure of the unknown proved too strong to resist, pulling her towards the threshold. Taking a deep breath, she stepped across the threshold, the door slamming shut behind her with a finality that echoed in her ears. The world she knew vanished, replaced by a landscape that defied all sense and understanding, a place of surreal beauty and danger. She found herself in a realm of impossible architecture, towers twisting into the sky, defying gravity and logic. Strange creatures flitted through the air, their eyes glowing with an otherworldly light, watching her every move. The voice continued to guide her, leading her deeper into this strange and wondrous realm, promising more marvels. But as days turned into nights, a creeping unease began to fester in Amelia's heart, a sense of foreboding she couldn't shake. The wonders she had witnessed began to feel oppressive, the beauty tinged with a sense of wrongness, as if the world itself was a trap. She realized with a growing sense of horror that she had been lured here under false pretenses, and escape seemed impossible. The first sign that something was wrong was the clock. Its hands twitched erratically, time itself seeming to stutter and skip, as if reality was losing its grip. Then came the whispers, slithering out from the shadows, murmuring his name, echoing his deepest fears and growing louder with each passing moment. Elias found himself trapped in a waking nightmare, a distorted reflection of his own life where nothing made sense anymore. The world around him shifted and pulsed, a kaleidoscope of horror painted across the canvas of reality, twisting his perception. His apartment, once a sanctuary, transformed into a labyrinth of endless corridors, each turn leading to more confusion. The faces of loved ones flickered in and out of focus, their expressions shifting from warmth to chilling malice, leaving him in despair. He was caught in a loop, a repeating cycle of terror with no beginning and no end, a nightmare that refused to release him. Each time he thought he had found a way out, he would wake up back in his bed, the nightmare beginning anew, more terrifying than before. The boundaries between dream and reality blurred, making it impossible to distinguish one from the other. Sleep offered no escape, only a deeper descent into the abyss, pulling him further into darkness. He sought help, doctors, therapists, even priests, but their words were lost in the cacophony of whispers, drowned out by the relentless noise. He tried everything to break free, meditation, medication, even self-harm, but nothing could sever the chains of his torment. But the nightmare held him fast, its grip tightening with each passing moment, squeezing the life out of him. He was a puppet, dancing to a macabre tune, his strings pulled by an unseen hand, controlling his every move. As days bled into weeks, Elias began to lose himself in the labyrinth of his own mind, unable to find a way out. His sense of self fractured, his memories fragmented, his grip on sanity slipping away piece by piece. The whispers grew louder, their voices a chorus of torment echoing in his mind. He was haunted by visions of loved ones, their faces contorted in agony, their eyes pleading for help. He became a recluse, shunning all contact with the outside world, isolating himself in his darkened apartment. The apartment, his prison, was now a reflection of his fractured mind, a chaotic mess mirroring his inner turmoil. He knew deep down that he was living on borrowed time, each tick of the clock a reminder of his impending doom. The last vestiges of his sanity flickered precariously like a candle in the wind, ready to be extinguished at any moment. And then, in the depths of his despair, he heard a new voice, a glimmer of hope breaking through the darkness. And so, we emerge from the depths of the human mind, forever changed by the horrors we have witnessed. The stories we tell ourselves, the fears that lurk in the shadows of our thoughts, These are the true portals to other realms. Thank you for joining us on this dark journey. If you enjoyed these stories, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon for more terrifying tales. Until next time, remember, sometimes the scariest places are within our own minds, and the monsters we fear the most are the ones we create ourselves.